Hi, boys and girls. So far in math, we've been talking about addition, and you just took a test on adding numbers together and what we've learned so far. Well, next week we're going to start a new concept, and it's going to be all about subtraction. So today I have a story problem, and Miss Mendoza is going to help me, and we're going to talk about ways that we can solve our subtraction problems. So here is our problem. It says there were 5 students playing at the park. 2 students had to leave. How many students are still playing? So this sounds a little bit different from what we did in our addition. And I wanted Miss Mendoza here to help me with how I can solve this problem.
Okay, so I could use like blocks or counters if I wanted to. I decided to draw a picture because it's easier for me to use a picture. So if there were 5 students playing at the park, I drew 5 students. Okay. Now, what's next? It says two students had to leave.
Yes.
So the way that I'm going to show 2 students leaving is by, I could erase them, but I think I'll just cross them out. So I'm going to show 2 students. So that's 2 students. They leave the park, so they're not there anymore. Now the last question says how many students are still playing. So now I could look right here. 2 students left. 1, 2. I have 3 students still playing at the park. So that would be my answer. Now I could use, now I have to write a subtraction sentence. So just like how we did addition sentences, we have to do subtraction sentence.
Okay.
So first I have to start with the whole number. So what did I start? Well, how many did I start with again?
1, 2, 3. I remember there were 5 students playing at the beginning. So do I start with 5?
Yeah, we start with 5 because that's a whole number.
That's how many we started with.
Okay.
Got it.
Now we have to do the next part, which were the 2 students that I crossed out. So 2 students left. I wouldn't do addition because we're not adding students. They're going away.
Is that the minus sign?
I think that is, yeah. Can you draw a minus sign for us, Mrs. Fisher? That's what it looks like. All right, so a minus, and then the 2 students that left. That's the second part of our story problem.
So I get it. So far we started with 5 because there were 5 students playing at first. And then this sign represents that we're taking away some. And we took away 2 students. So the equal sign should be here, and this should be how many are left. And I see 1, 2, and 3. So our answer would be 3.
And the way you would read it is 5 minus 2 equals 3.
Perfect. Right? So speaking of subtraction, I know we did this for addition. Ms. Mendoza and I were talking about ways that, or different words we think about when we hear subtraction. So she made a chart here, and these are some of the things that we came up with when thinking about subtraction.
I don't like that. So we have minus sign. That's what you could use for subtraction. We can also think about it as taking away. Like if I had maybe 5 cookies, and then Mrs. Fisher took 2 away, or I gave her 2, then that's taking away, and that would be 3. You could also think of it as how many are left, just like our story problem, how many students were left at the park.
And the last one I thought about was counting back. I know a lot of friends use the number line when they're adding, and when we're adding, we're counting up or we're going forward, but counting back is what we use when we're doing subtraction because we're taking away. Our number is getting smaller. So those are some things that we're going to talk about next week with subtraction. Ms. Mendoza and I would like you to practice this at home, and she will have a few challenge problems for you.
All right, have fun.